Good morning, everyone. Here at our agenda meeting on June 16th. We'll have invocation by Commissioner Tim Harrell, Pledge of Allegiance by myself, approval of the minutes of June 2nd. Next item is adjustment of the agenda.
We do have a couple, just two adjustments. First one is the 2026 Juneteenth National Freedom Day proclamation. We'd like to, somebody to read that.
And we're going to add that under new business.
I can read it.
Okay.
Okay, put it under new business,
So we're going to have that as item 11.
be fine.
That, if we will, let's move that up to 10, right before this presentation. Is that okay with everyone? So we'll move that to 10 and make the presentation 11.
Okay. And then we have another item that is from the Division of Water Infrastructure regarding our sewer project. The cost opinion on the design came in $292,000 above what we borrowed to do the repairs. And we really don't know until the project's bid out whether that's going to be an actual or a factual bid or not, but we need to be prepared to cover the balance internally of the $292,000, and we need to put that in writing to the Division of Water Infrastructure. So I would need approval of that.
Which sewer project is it?
It's our rehab of the Genoa system. The cost opinion was 3.169 million, and we had a state revolving loan of 2.877 million. And we need to provide a secured funding source for the balance of 292, the difference.
But those are estimates, and we don't know until we actually get the.
Correct.
And we're gonna add that. Is everybody okay if we add that under consent?
That would be fine. Is that good? Yeah.
That's 8 under consent.
And that's
Okay.
all the adjustments, sir.
All right. Then we have special presentations. We'll have the employee anniversary pins, and we'll have recognition of the Rosewood High School baseball team. National champions. State champions, right? Okay. Appointment committee, we do have some recommendations on that. Consent agenda of budget amendments.
Hold just a second. Joe, did you get up with the, Joe, did you get up with the golf team?
They are busy today or something, so
Okay.
next week. And Kayla, did I send you that email with Jason Pate's contact? Yeah, they're on for
The next meeting in
next
July?
meeting. Yes, so I'm gonna send you that right now, Jason Pate's contact number.
I know we had talked about, sorry about that. I know we had talked about that too, so.
Right. Okay, so under budget amendments.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have several budget amendments to go through, so stop me. If you have any questions, this is our last meeting of the fiscal year, so that is the reason we have several, trying to get those in before we close out the year. The first one that we're going to start with is number 480, and this is for facilities. The purpose of this budget amendment is to realign repairs and maintenance vehicles to fuel oil to carry us through the remainder of the fiscal year.
Okay.
Number 482, this is for the detention center. This budget amendment is to realign funds from professional services medical to cover anticipated shortfall in the other medical supplies line item. 483 is sheriff's office. This is to reallocate funds from professional services to office supplies to cover an anticipated shortfall in the fuel line item. 487 is Wayne County Services on Aging. This is to appropriate donated funds received in this fiscal year. 488, this is from finance, or actually it's from detention. This is to reallocate funds from various line items for an anticipated shortfall and the juvenile detention shared expense. Services on Aging is next, number 489. This budget amendment is to appropriate Peggy Seeger's endowment funds received from the North Carolina Community Foundation. Animal control is up next, and this budget amendment is to appropriate from various line items for office supplies, program supplies, vehicle, fuel, and professional line items. This increase of revenues that is being utilized as a result of collection that exceed the budgeted amounts.
What did they over-collect?
They over-collected on impound fees, rabies vaccine fees, and ordinance violations.
Okay.
WCDA is the next budget amendment, which is to reallocate contingency funds to remit 1/2 of 2025 county property taxes collected from Team Foods or Alianza to the city of Goldsboro per the Economic Development Agreement approved on 5/20/24 by Resolution 2024-67. This is to pay the city their portion of the taxes collected.
And that has not got anything to do with economic incentives.
It wasn't?
That don't have anything to do with economic incentives that we,
It is an economic incentive.
Well,
Provision of half of the tax today is a split with the city.
Right, so this is the agreement that you all have with Park East, it's in the ETJ with the city of Goldsboro. And the interlocal agreement that you entered into says that for certain parcels out there, including this one, the city agrees not to annex the property, and in exchange, we split the county taxes with the city.
as far as the incentives though, my understanding is we collected,
This is separate from the incentives.
it's separate.
so we're not getting paid back on that one like we are one of the other ones.
The first year that they would be eligible for an incentive would be next year. Since they've paid taxes this year, then we would calculate their incentive next year based off the number of jobs and total capital investment so far.
So,
So is-
okay.
So is the incentive tax, property tax? Or
It's an incentive to not be inside the city limits
I
of
got
the
you.
city of Goldsboro.
Yeah.
But this is the deal that was arranged
Right.
with the city of Goldsboro to share property taxes.
The individual incentive agreement with the company is over the course of 10 years.
Okay, all right, okay, I got you.
Okay, so the first year they pay and then the second year they qualify and, okay.
Right.
Right.
Thank you.
The next budget amendment, number 498, is from the Department of Social Services. This is to realign the budget from direct services to pay for temporary services through the end of the month. They do receive 50 to 70% reimbursement, depending on the type of position that is conducting the work. 499, Department of Social Services. This budget amendment is to realign their budget to pay for a requested vehicle replacement. They will get 50% reimbursement. They're looking at purchasing a basic Honda Odyssey minivan. And you'll see in the attached memo under aging fleet and reliability concerns, the reason for this purchase is because their existing fleet vehicles have accumulated high mileage and are becoming increasingly unreliable. Reliable transportation is essential due to significant amount of out-of-county travel required to transport foster children and staff to various locations. These trips may include placement changes, family visitation, medical appointments, court appearances, and staff training. Recently, one of our department's vehicles experienced a mechanical failure while transporting foster children and staff in Charlotte on a Saturday. This vehicle required towing, and a second vehicle had to be dispatched. So incidents of this nature are safety concerns for both staff and children. So this is replacing a 2015 Chevrolet Equinox. Number 504 is Office of Emergency Services. This is to appropriate grant revenue received from a Duke Energy Foundation grant of $10,000 to purchase a portable light tower. Sheriff's Office,
We thank Duke for that, by the way.
Absolutely.
this budget amendment is to recognize funds received from the sale of gun optics to a sheriff retiree. And you'll see several budget amendments like this one, since it is the final budget amendment or meeting of the year. You have various departments that are needing to move around and realign payroll line items to carry us to the end of the fiscal year. The next budget amendment is for fire departments. This is to appropriate additional tax collections for fire departments through the end of the fiscal year. Number 510 is from the Sheriff's Office. This is to appropriate funds received from U.S. Treasury for payment of restitution from the defendant. This is the Health Department, and again, this is a lapsed salary budget amendment to realign payroll line items through the end of the fiscal year. Number 516, this is from EMS. This is to recognize excess collection of revenues from user fees to cover the collection charges for Air Methods, which is our first line of collections, and the accompanying credit card fees, as well as Bull City, which is our second line of collections for the remainder of the year. The next budget amendment is 518, Board of Commissioners, to reallocate funds for outside professional services required by our legal department. Number 519, this is for the library. This is to appropriate donations to library programming. The next one is for Wayne County Public Schools. This is to request a disbursement from the North Carolina Lottery Public School Building Repair and Renovation Funds. These funds will be used for the Norwayne Middle School cafeteria and media roof replacement.
Does the county receive these funds and then just hold on to them until they request them?
Yes, we reimburse them once they pay invoices on the project.
Do we have other funds available for repairs and maintenance from this source?
Yes, after this disbursement is made, they will have approximately $900,000 remaining in their public school building repair and renovation fund.
Thank you.
And we get an appropriation every year or every 6 months,
It's done quarterly,
quarterly? Okay.
and the amounts vary depending, obviously, on the sales.
Thank you.
The next one is for our medical examiners. This budget amendment is used to cover the medical examiner's expense for the remainder of the fiscal year. Number 524 is for social services. This is to realign their budget to pay out health insurance opt-out and health savings account contributions. 525 is social services. This is to realign their budget to pay for client clothing through the end of the fiscal year, and these can be reimbursable. It just depends on the foster child's eligibility. Human Resources, number 532. This is to realign funds from the Human Resources training account to the appropriate training account in the Health Department for those employees that have utilized the tuition assistance benefit. And finally, number 541, this is for facilities. This was an emergency purchase that needed to be made to replace an air handling unit at the animal shelter. And that is it.
Is the animal shelter back open?
Should be opening today.
Okay, any questions or comments? Thank you.
You're
My
welcome.
goodness, when you said you had a few, you had a few. All right, our next item is a motion to adopt resolution 2026-17, a resolution adopting the 54th Amendment to the position classification and pay plan for Wayne County, North Carolina.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The pay plan is a document that we use to outline our positions in the county. It shows the grades they're attached to and the pay bands with each of those grades. We use it to update titles, remove positions, add positions that are approved in the budget. The document before you reflects the changes that were approved in the budget at the last meeting. So this has been vetted by HR and reviewed by staff, and we recommend approval.
We did what now?
These were changes that were approved during the budget, title changes.
Oh, the budget, okay.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I just heard, no, I'm sorry. Heard
So
last
we
meeting.
approved the budget, now we gotta make
And we
a
update the
change.
document to reflect, yes, sir.
Any questions on that?
This ain't got anything to do with what we discussed at the last meeting.
No, sir, that was
Okay,
the,
right, okay, just make sure I understood, sorry.
That
Thank you.
was personnel.
Ginger would not be up there if that was the case. Okay, item 7, approval of write-off of uncollectible accounts receivable.
Just going to read the memo to you. Management is requesting the approval to write off the attached list of accounts receivable that have been determined to be uncollectible. These accounts represent amounts owed to the county for services, fees, and other charges that remain unpaid despite reasonable collection efforts. County staff have reviewed each account and determined that further collection efforts are unlikely to result in payment due to circumstances such as bankruptcy, business closure, inability to locate the debtor, deceased individuals, or the age of the outstanding balance. Writing off these accounts is an accounting action only that removes uncollectible balances from the county's financial records. This action helps ensure that the county's financial statements accurately reflect amounts that are reasonably expected to be collected. Approval of this request does not forgive the debt or prevent future collection if circumstances change and collection becomes possible. It does not forgive the debt. Rather, it recognizes that these balances are no longer considered collectible and should not remain recorded as assets of the county. The total amount recommended for this write-off is $307,134.03. This does cover the years of 2020 and through 2023. Management recommends that the Board of Commissioners approve the write-off of accounts listed on the attached schedule and authorize the Finance Office to make the appropriate adjustments. And this is for various departments within the county.
And there's no way to attach that to their,
These, if these are individuals and we are able to obtain their social security number, they have already been sent to debt set-off.
And this doesn't preclude us from taking any legal action to collect on these. This is just an accounting.
can't attach it to their property tax bill?
No, not to the property tax bill.
Can you put a lien on that property?
Following legal action, we could.
Well, I would, some of those that I see there, I think we need to go ahead and do that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's more of an accounting matter,
Yes, sir.
but we will continue to make every effort to collect.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any other questions on that? And then, of course, we've added item 8 under the consent agenda, which was the CDM Smith memo.
The additional $292,000 that our engineers are estimating that the bids will come in at. We have to,
We
that's
just-
our cost opinion has gone up.
We just hope that they are wrong in their estimates.
Correct.
I have a question, sir.
Yes.
In regard to the last item, the write-off,
Uh-huh.
streetlights, how does that work?
Yeah.
Chip, can you explain that, how that works a little bit?
Thought that was attached to their property tax bill.
Angie, would you like to describe how that works.
So the street
Where do you
lights,
see streetlights at?
That's
Yeah,
on that
that's the
second-
bottom.
The second page, it's up there on the screen right now. Look to your right. Beside their name.
It's all
Oh, streetlights. Those are people that were annexed into the city of Goldsboro, and the streetlights were turned off by the power company, and their agreement to provide streetlights went away.
That's
And then when it
Fallenbrook.
was unannexed, when it was removed from annexation, they had no agreement to turn the streetlights back on, and the neighborhoods remained in the dark.
That's Fallenbrook.
And so the county stepped in and got an agreement with the power company to turn the lights back on. And we charge them every year, through their tax bill for the cost of the streetlights. And these are people that did not pay their portion of the
Okay.
streetlight bill. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
It's been a while back, but that was the following,
2011.
yeah, it was out on Buck Swamp Road, that area out there.
Fallenbrook.
So,
So I assume that they would receive a tax bill, and on that would have a street light, so they paid their taxes, but refused to pay for the street lights.
These are probably the
it's
whole
probably a
ones.
separate one.
these were done before they were added to the tax
Oh.
bill. So these were like the initial group when we first implemented before they could get attached.
So some of these date back to
2020, if not, I mean, before, because see, we've converted software in 2020, so these were probably even before then.
Well, that's basically every person in that subdivision then.
It's probably just guessing, the bulk of them may be sold, the properties may be sold. I know, like, I see a contractor down there a couple times. They probably built a spec house on it. He owed the light bill, and the house has been sold and somebody else's.
Yeah, I
But
see
he,
another name on there as well.
that's what it is, and that's how it got to that. They lost their agreement with, Duke Progress. And the county had to step in and make an agreement with, Duke Progress to get the lights back on. They stayed dark for a long time, and there was a lot of,
Back and forth on that.
a lot of people
Point
upset
fingers.
that all the streets were dark.
Oh,
You know, that's sad, though, that they were in the dark and the county stepped forward and then they're not making these payments.
Yeah, because once you go into the city, that's part of your city taxes goes to pay your streetlights.
Well, they tried to take, they put in fire hydrants too, and they tried to take them out, and we went, the fire department at Belfast went and bought those.
Bought them back from them.
On pennies on the dollar,
Yeah.
of course, but, you know, I was
Right.
negotiating that deal.
So, I mean, does that answer your
it
question?
does answer my question.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So we've got through that. Now we are moving over to actually number 9.
Were you satisfied with the
Sewer.
divisional order infrastructure?
Yeah, was there any questions on that?
I mean, we have to basically provide a statement that says.
We'll
we're
pay
gonna-
the difference.
We're gonna provide secure funding source for that difference.
If there is any.
Yeah, we hope not, but.
I'm surprised they didn't ask for that earlier.
Well, they're just doing the final, approval for design at the state level. And also, I think the plan is to bid this out in with some alternates as well. So they anticipate that we should be able to manage not having to pay this if we can bid out the alternates appropriately. So.
We're good. Any more comments? All right, the next item is a presentation by Riskversity CEO Chris Holmes on general liability insurance renewal for fiscal year 26-27. The board may take action following the presentation. Item 9 is a motion to approve a memorandum of understanding for the cooperative, comprehensive, and continuing transportation planning and the establishment of a rural transportation planning organization for Duplin, Greene, Lenore, and Wayne counties and the North Carolina Department of Transportation. So some explanation on that?
Well, we can go over it at the meeting.
Okay.
More in depth if you'd like. I mean,
Well, this is that, yeah, that is under new business.
It's under new business.
I'm sorry. Okay. And then item 10th is going to be the resolution on Juneteenth. And item 11 is a presentation and discussion regarding recommendations from the Wayne Health Corporation Board of Directors with respect to UNC Health Wayne. After that presentation and discussion, the board may choose to take action following the presentation. And I see who we have in our audience today, early this morning. Good morning. Good morning. So we look forward to our presentation and any comments you may have.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. County Managers Report then, Board of Commissioners Committee reports, closed session. which
We do, and we can go in now.
Okay. Do I have a motion to go into closed session?
So moved.
All right, we got a motion to go into closed session.
And that would be for the protection of confidential competitive healthcare information under General Statute 131E-97.3, and to consult with your attorney to retain attorney-client privilege.
Okay. So we had a vote on that? Everybody voted? Yes, that passed. I call our meeting to order this morning. Commissioners are reminded of their duty to avoid conflicts of interest consistent with state law and Wayne County policies. Any commissioner who has an actual or potential conflict of interest with respect to any matter on the agenda should disclose the conflict prior to the meeting.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
On the new number 11, on new business, concern discussion regarding Wayne Health Corporation, I would ask that I be excused from voting on this matter, as I have a contract with one of the entities involved in the discussion.
Okay. All right.
Mr. Chairman, just to clarify, Commissioner Gurley approached me several months ago regarding his business relationship with the hospital. We met, we spoke about it. The appropriate statute will be 153A-44. And it states that the board may excuse a member from voting, but only upon questions involving the member's own financial interest. And after talking with Commissioner Gurley, I think, out of abundance of caution, it would be best that he be excused. That does not preclude him from making any comments. During discussion, he would just be excused from voting, and we would need a motion prior to, voting on that action item to excuse him.
Can we go ahead and have that motion now?
If you would like,
Yes,
sure,
okay.
sure.
I make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. So we have a motion to recuse. is that-
Excuse.
Excuse?
Yes, sir.
Excuse Commissioner Gurley from voting on item 11 on our agenda. If you'd please vote.
Andrew, can he vote to excuse himself?
Yes.
Do what now?
Can you vote to excuse
I
yourself?
do, okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Well, we got through that. Invocation today would be Commissioner Tim Harrell with the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Daugherty.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Follow this, please join me in prayer. Father, we thank you, Lord, for this amazing opportunity, God, to gather here together, Lord, as a family here in Wayne County, Father. Lord, I ask that you please be with us today, God, and give us wisdom and guidance, Lord, as we conduct the business of this county, Lord. Father, I also ask for blessings upon everyone in this room. Father, here they have traveled to be here with us. Father, thank you for these great employees who have gathered here to be recognized today, Father, and I ask for blessings upon them as they travel from here as well for them and their families, God. For it's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Please rise and place the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of June 2nd.
I make a motion we approve June 2nd minutes.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Any discussion? Hearing none, please vote. And our next item is our agenda. Is there any adjustment to the agenda?
Yes, sir. Two adjustments, one going under consent is item number 8, is the Division of Water Infrastructure regarding our project, a rehab project for Genoa Sewer, and the agreement to fund $292,000 overage that the engineers are proposing, and we need to provide a secured funding source for that and notify Division of Water Infrastructure. That would be under consent. The second one is a new business item number 10 under the new business is the 2026 Juneteenth National Freedom Day proclamation. And that's all the changes, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the adjusted agenda as stated by our county manager.
All right, we have a motion on the floor. Any discussion? Please vote. Okay, with that in mind, we now have special presentations. And we are going to honor our employees.
Yes.
Some-
All right, I'm gonna call out each individual name. If I miss you, please let me know and I'll come back. We're gonna start with our one-year pins. Once you receive your pin, if you'll line up right here, we'll have a group photo at the end. All right, starting with our 1 year, Miss Linda Creech from Public Health Family Planning. Harley Denning from the Sheriff's Office, Kevin Bradley from Facility Services, Taisha Dixon, Register of Deeds, Tyler Urbanak from Detention Center, Miriam Cesar from Detention Center, Isaac Ramirez, Detention Center, Amanda Carter, Public Health, Family Planning, Jeffrey Nobles, Detention Center, Isabel Ascencio Gonzalez from the landfill, Ami Perez from Public Health, Health Promotion, Leah Boswell, Soil Conservation, Robert Hardison III, Public Health Administration. I'll send it to you. Tyamber Neal, 911 telecommunicator. Alexandria Singano, 911 telecommunicator. And Bridget Bryson, 911 telecommunicator.
Let's give them all a big hand.
All right, moving on to 5 years. Jason Baker with inspections. Deborah Pabst, EMS. April Melrose, EMS. Charles Kennedy, Fleet Maintenance. Felicia Bond, Public Health Maternity Care Coordinator. Kevin Manuel, Detention Center. Rodney Perry Jr., Register of Deeds. Nora Hennessy Ledford, 911. Aisha Hamden, Sheriff's Office. Brandy Touton, Soil Conservation. Petra Hall, Information Technology. Jesse Allridge, Landfill. Timothy Faulkner, IT. And Catherine Fletcher, Public Health, WIC. You guys
Let's give
can
them a
make
hand.
2 lines with this.
And we're gonna have to make 2 lines there, so maybe somebody could step forward, we'll make 2 lines here. We're running out of room here.
Alright,
There you go.
For our 10 years, Anna Richards, Public Health, WIC. And Catherine Stevens from the library. All right, moving on to 15 years. Alicia Sutton, Facility Services. Melvin Coker, Landfill. And Sandra Newell, Facility Services. All right. Moving on to 20 years, we have Crystal Harden, EMS. Ivy Wardine, Day Reporting Center. William Cates, School Resource Officer. And Jennifer King, EMS. All right, for 25 years, we have Aaron Cantwell, Sheriff's Office. And Miss Patricia Ruffin for Facility Services. And last but not least, we have Miss Bonita Whitfield from DSS with 35 years of service.
Wow.
And before we take a group picture, did I miss anybody? No? Alright. If you guys will kind of make 2 lines and squish together and then look up at this camera with the red light. Alright, you guys are good to go. Thank you so much for coming.
Blake, asphalt looks good. Very good. You want?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I haven't seen him, but I did tell the.
Our next item on our agenda is a recognition of the Rosewood High School baseball team. I was expecting to see a baseball team here. They're coming?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, if they're coming, then I'm going to wait and we'll recognize them when they arrive.
Are they outside?
Yeah, they're right in the hallway.
Oh, they are?
Room for them.
Yes, please, please.
They're coming.
Y'all come in, guys.
Y'all,
Come on up
please
front.
come right on up.
Yeah.
Now, there's some athletes.
Well, I see why y'all won. Look at the size of some of you guys.
They ate the Cheerios, didn't they?
Cam, are you gonna handle this?
I'll be happy to.
You'll be happy. Yes, our next item is recognition of the Rosewood High School baseball team. Commissioner Harrell.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day with school being out. And how many seniors are here? Graduated, right, to take some time to come and grace us here at our county commission at your local seat of government, and be able for us to take a couple minutes just to recognize you. So we asked you here today because we've been very blessed in our county this year to have some really good athletic teams across Wayne County, and you are one of those. And many of us watched your run in the state playoffs, especially when it got to Cherryville. And we never lost faith, as I know you didn't either, when you got down that first game, and then you come back and won 2 in a row. So we wanted to recognize you today, because it's been many years, I think, Coach King. When's the last time that Rosewood has had a championship team for baseball? So this is the first. This is the first. So you'll go down, and I know you had some parents that played on some very notable teams, but this is the first baseball championship for Rosewood. I also want to thank Coach King, Coach Whitfield, and any of the other coaches, because you guys have been very blessed that not only do you have really strong family support and community support in Rosewood, but you've got some great men as mentors within your program to help support you and guide you. So you've been blessed in many ways. So thank you for just coming here. Thank you for what you've done in our communities, how hard you work. I know a lot of you work within the Rosewood community, and you give back, not just on the baseball field. But thank you for everything that you've done, and we're proud of you. I think you finished the year, was it 25-6? 26-5, probably the best record that Rosewood has ever had, I think. Yeah. But again, thank you so much. Does any other commissioners would like to say something?
Congratulations. I'm old enough to be some of his daddy and granddaddy, I guess. But played against some of your fathers, and I had to rub it in to. I tried to speak to Scott, but he was hoarse. But him and Kevin and Howard Davis, Whitfield, and all. So congratulations. Like I said, know several of you in the group, but y'all done a great job, so congratulations. And rub it into your parents every chance you get. Y'all are the champions.
Any other comment?
Congratulations, guys. You know, I know we're gonna get another victory. You know, we only have a few seniors leaving, so we got all you great guys here that's gonna, you know, pick up the work for those seniors. Just congratulations, a lot of great things coming out of Rosewood.
Yeah, congratulations, guys. I've seen a couple of you out in my office over the years, sort of different injuries and whatnot. But just keep working hard, keep training. I'll see another championship next year.
Yeah, and congratulations. This is my favorite sports is baseball. My son played baseball, and I used to travel with Coach Sauls, Dean Sauls at ACOC, and I enjoyed baseball, and I'm so happy for all of you. Y'all done a great job. Thank you.
2A state champion. So we'd like to get a picture with you men. So if you guys would come up, coaches too, if y'all come up and get right here in front of us, line up, we'd love to get a picture with you.
And as you're coming, I'll state as the chair, I really appreciate y'all
Yeah.
coming today and congratulations. Yeah, y'all might have to take 2 rows.
Yeah. Coach King said he was taking y'all out for breakfast whenever this was over. So.
All right, if y'all look up there at the camera with the red light. All right, we're good? Again.
Good to see you. Tell your dad it's today.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you, men.
Thank you very much.
I like positives. I like positives.
That's a positive. Those are the times as a commissioner that you are mighty proud to be a commissioner. Good day. Okay, with that in mind, we do have appointment committee recommendations.
Okay, we have some recommendations that are going to be voted on at our next meeting in July. First, be the reappointment of Paula Edwards, Corey Oxendine, Patricia Bear, Kristen Alexander, Cheryl Crumpler, and Martha Bryan to the Commissioners' Council for Older Adults. Second is a reappointment of Dr. Philip Moy, Dr. Emily Pilkington, Dr. George Silver, and Nanette Newcomb to the Health and Human Services Advisory Committee. Then we have a reappointment of Rosalind Weeks and Octavius Murphy to the ABC Board. Also, we have a reappointment of Dr. Osborne Wilder to the Animal Control Advisory Committee. And then we're going to have to discuss a replacement for the county manager designee on the JCPC board. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Okay, as amended. So if you please vote. Okay, that passed unanimously. Under new business, we have a presentation today by Riskversity CEO Chris Holmes on general liability insurance renewal. We always like to talk about insurance.
I know. Good morning, everybody. My name is Chris Holmes. As has been stated, I drove in this morning from Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm happy to be here with you. As most of you know, we've been working with the county for some years now as a consultant for the programs, for the risk management insurance programs that we have. I am not an agent or a broker. The folks who presented those programs are actually represented inside of the room. Mr. Charlie Eaton is here with us from the NCACC, as well as Heather Kennard from Arthur J. Gallagher, representing Travelers. And those are the two programs that we put inside that letter with our recommendation earlier. As you saw or probably noted inside of that letter, we recommend that you do go with either Travelers option 1 or 2. because of the expanded coverages that exist there. There are just two corrections that I do want to make to that letter from some information that came in prior to that. It does not change our recommendation, but I want to highlight them because they were fairly important. One was item number 3, underneath the unmanned drones. Those are going to be included underneath the Travelers Program. And then the other one was item number 7, the multiple deductible cap. That multiple deductible language exists inside of the Travelers Program as well as the NCACC's program, so it just makes them more comparable than they were before. I'll pause there and ask if you want me to drill down at any specific questions or take my seat.
So option 1, option 2, you said, what'd you say on the Travelers?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One is the current limits, which I believe are about $5 million in liability, and the other one was the excess program, which expanded the coverage to about $2 million in limits to $7 million, as opposed to the 5 that exist.
If I could, maybe I could get someone to kind of explain your role
Sure.
to the commissioners. You know, I've seen you several
sir.
years now, but so that we have a better understanding of why we actually have you involved to help the county and guide us as we select these carriers.
Sure. Sure. Would you like for me to do that?
Oh, that'd be great.
Okay. So we were engaged by the county probably back whenever our organization was actually called Estes Consulting. At that time, if you remember, Noelle Woods was here underneath purchasing, and she didn't have a strong background inside of risk management or insurance.
Well, I joined the crowd. Hardly anybody
Yes,
does.
sir. Yes, sir. Well, my background is I studied actuarial mathematics inside of school. I minored in risk management insurance at the University of South Carolina. What we do, we served as either an outsourced capacity completely or just to augment existing staff's capabilities. So if you have something as nuanced as the 2 programs that were presented, we're engaged by the county, and we go through a detailed comparison so that we have a third party that's unbiased, basically, excuse me, in order to give a recommendation on which of those programs would make sense to work with. Is that helpful, Chairman
It's
Doug?
very helpful.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that all the commissioners understood that what your role is. You're not an agent.
Correct.
You're basically our representative going through the policies, giving us the best opportunity for savings for our county.
Yes, sir.
But yet at the same time, provide the coverage.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, the additional insurance, the 2 million difference, how would that affect us in cost?
So even with that additional coverage, you're still going to be about $90,000 to the good compared to the NCAC's existing program, the renewal program.
Okay, and that's option 2?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Which is about $14,000, north of $14,000 more.
Yes, sir.
Okay, are there any questions?
So I'm looking at,
Okay.
right here, it says it's got a $4 million and $7 million on the, on Travelers.
Yes, sir. Forgive me if I misspoke. I think I said 5 a moment ago, but that line of comparison is the one that I'm referring to,
Right.
that 4 and the 7. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chair, is it, where we can, are we through discussing?
Yeah, is there any more discussion on this? Okay.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve Travelers option number 2, which gives us the $7 million coverage.
All right. Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, please vote. And we thank you so much for coming to see us again, and we'll see you next year.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. All right, the next item is a motion to approve a memorandum of understanding for the cooperative, comprehensive, and continuing transportation planning and the establishment of a rural transportation planning organization for Duplin, Greene, Lenoir, and Wayne counties and the North Carolina Department of Transportation.
So basically, we formally participated in the RPO, Rural Planning Organization, with our COG, the Eastern Carolina Council, and since we are no longer members of that COG, that RPO is ceased to exist. And so member counties in that region, which are 9 counties, they split up, and half of them have formed their own RPO organization, and we are with Lenore, Greene, Wayne, and Duplin counties, and the towns within that want to participate will be forming our own, or proposing to form our own RPO, and we'll be requesting funding from the North Carolina Department of Transportation to fund such planning organizations. I know a lot of you around here have heard of the MPO, but this is the RPO that covers areas outside of the MPO for the rest of Wayne County. The MPO does not cover all of Wayne County, it just covers a portion. And so we're asking for this MOU to be signed by the commissioners, letting us move forward with forming this Eastern Carolina RPO with those member counties and going forward with getting funding from NCDOT to do such. We have the staff here that can handle it. I've been in contact with our planning director, and he feels that we can handle it in-house with our existing staff, and it would not be a problem to move forward with our RPO. And then I kind of like the idea of us being, heavily involved in that RPO, because there are a lot of transportation decisions that get made in the RPO, such as I-795 corridor connection, lots of little projects that get spun through. So it would have the same organizations that the former RPO and the MPO have, a TAC, a Technical Advisory Committee, and a technical TCC made up of staff members. That would all be the same. The organization would be run the same and organized the same. We'd be looking for that approval. Is there any questions? You have any questions?
Any questions? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
All right, we've got a motion on the floor. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, please vote.
I will add that the other
we've already
member
voted.
counties have already, I just add information that other counties have already adopted it.
Yeah.
So will we still be involved in both, or just
Yes.
involved in both? Okay,
Now we'll be leading the RPO discussion
understand.
here. We'll be the administrative staff for the RPO, which comes with funding to do such.
All right.
All right, our next item is a resolution, and I think Commissioner Williams is going to read that.
Yes, sir, thank you. 2026 Juneteenth National Freedom Day. Whereas Juneteenth commemorates the day freedom was proclaimed to all slaves by Union General Gordon Granger on June 19, 1865 in Galveston, Texas, more than 2.5 years after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation by President Abraham Lincoln, and whereas former slaves in Texas began to observe June 19th as the anniversary of their emancipation and coined the term Juneteenth. And whereas Juneteenth is the oldest national celebrated commemoration of the ending of slavery in the United States, and it also known as Juneteenth National Freedom Day, Emancipation Day, and African American Independence Day. And whereas Juneteenth commemorates the survival, strength, and determination of African Americans through extreme adversity, hardships, and triumph, and today emphasizes African American education, culture, and art, history, and achievement. And whereas the 19th of June, along with the 4th of July, commemorates the cycle of freedom for Independence Day observance in America. And whereas every state, the District of Columbia, and Wayne County recognize the 19th day of June as Juneteenth National Freedom Day to commemorate the end of slavery in the United States and to demonstrate racial reconciliation and healing from the legacy of slavery. Now therefore be it resolved that the Wayne County Board of Commissioners does hereby proclaim June 19th, 2026 as Juneteenth National Freedom Day in Wayne County and commend its observance to all citizens. Adopted this 16th day of June 2026. And
Okay,
that's in the form of a motion, sir.
all right, we have a motion to approve the resolution. Any discussion? Hearing none, please vote. Thank you, Commissioner Williams.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Our next item is a presentation and discussion regarding recommendations from the Wayne Health Corporation Board of Directors with respect to UNC Health Wayne. And our county attorney is going to give us a presentation.
I will, Your Honor. Oh, Your Honor. I was in court yesterday, so it's carrying over from yesterday. I had a case in court yesterday.
He don't mind, he likes to hear that.
I would like to say I have the most exciting news, but the Wayne Health Corporation Board of Directors, three of you are obviously on that board, has approached the county regarding some exciting news with their partnership with UNC. So I'm going to give a little bit of overview of that and explain to you what the commissioner's role is in that. Just a little bit of background. So Wayne County has long stood as the heart of Wayne County, not only as a place of healing, but also a source of job stability and community confidence. The county operated that hospital up until 1985. In 1985, the county transferred that to Wayne Health Corporation. And then Wayne Health Corporation became the operator of that. As part of that arrangement, there was a transfer agreement between Wayne County and Wayne Health Corporation. One key component of that was that the property always had to be operated as a hospital. In the event it was ever not operated as a hospital, it would revert back to county ownership. Another key aspect of that transfer agreement, and I'm sure several of you are familiar with this, was an indigent care provision that required Wayne Health Corporation to provide indigent care as was defined as time to time by the Board of Commissioners. So that's a key aspect of that relationship. In addition to that, obviously you're aware that you have certain appointment powers of that board, and you appoint certain members as well. So when the county required it all, like I said, the county required the property be operated as a community hospital. In 2015, Wayne Health Corporation entered into an operational agreement with UNC Health. And so Wayne Health Corporation still owned the property, and they ran it. However, UNC Health operated the property. I know that there's a lot of misconceptions out there that UNC actually owns the hospital, but actually for the last 10 years, UNC has just operated it under that agreement. So the county has been approached because those two parties, Wayne Health Corporation and UNC Health, are looking to advance that relationship in the form of integrating Wayne Health into the UNC system. So after years of working together, UNC Health and local leaders have agreed on terms to secure the hospital's future as an essential and permanent regional hub of care as part of UNC Health. So Wayne Health Corporation has agreed to make this a permanent, to terminate that operational agreement and make this a permanent site within the UNC system. The full integration of UNC Health Wayne into the UNC Health system reflects UNC Health's statutory mission as the state's healthcare system to strengthen important community hospitals through stewardship, investment, integration, and a lasting commitment to the people they serve. UNC Health statewide governance and planning processes will help provide the discipline, coordination, and support needed to sustain and grow services over the long term. Now I'm going to go over a little bit of summary about what these integration terms are, but I want to stop right there to see if anybody has any questions, because I want to clarify what the Board of Commissioners' role is here. You all have not negotiated this sale. This is a transaction between Wayne Health Corporation and UNC Health. The unique aspect here is that you all, because of that transfer agreement in 1985 and then the reversionary interest that was in the deed, your concurrence is needed for this process to move forward. So I'll just stop right there and see if anybody has any questions on that.
Anyone have any questions?
Okay.
No, we can go right on.
So going into the integration terms, so as I stated before, UNC Health Wayne will continue forward as an essential and permanent part of the UNC system. So there will no longer be that operational agreement. UNC will be a permanent part of the UNC healthcare system. And probably the most important aspect of this is over $500 million of investment. UNC will put over $500 million of investment to the eastern region and Wayne County over the next 15 years. UNC Health will make substantial long-term investments of at least $675 million in the hospital, its services and related capabilities that directly benefit Wayne County and the eastern region. These financial commitments will help develop higher acuity services within the area so residents can receive care closer to home and expand the footprint of Wayne Health UNC's high-quality care. These investments are going to be targeted in workforce development, clinical integration, service line growth, and infrastructure modernization within the county and the eastern region. A lot of people might ask what specifically are we going to get, and this next bullet point addresses that. So once the deal moves forward, the local leaders will engage in a long-term regionalization plan. UNC Health, in conjunction with local leaders, will engage in a comprehensive regionalization plan to provide the framework through which its 15-year financial commitments will be allocated. So basically, the new surviving board, along with the leadership here at Wayne Health, will engage in a month-long process to develop goals in terms of workforce development, service line commitments. One area that has been specifically identified will be development of UNC Health Wayne into a level 3 trauma center with further exploration of a level 2 status. That's really big because right now your emergency department here in Wayne County doesn't have any sort of status. So that level 3 trauma would be a big step forward. That's only one piece of it. The rest of those commitments that will take place over 15 years will be part of that regionalization plan.
Andrew, can you start right at Joy? Can you check to see who was just somebody was there doing something on the window. I don't know what they were doing. Just went to your left, toward the elevators. All right, I'm sorry, Andrew.
So the effort is intended to support continued access to essential hospital services, emergency care, and other key clinical capabilities for the community. Growth in specialty, outpatient, and higher acuity care. UNC Health Wayne will be positioned for thoughtful growth in specialty services, outpatient access, and higher acuity care based off community needs and regional opportunity. So that's what that regionalization plan will do. It'll get the local stakeholders here in Wayne County to collaborate and identify what this county and what the eastern region really needs. So this next bullet point addresses the workforce development. So there'll be investment in physicians, nurses, and teammates. UNC Health's financial commitments include support for physician recruitment and retention, workforce development, and ongoing investment in the people who make high-quality care possible. So as you're aware, as part of that level 3 trauma designation, that requires some significant investment in workforce development, the physicians, the nurses, and other professionals to make that happen. There will be modernization of facilities, infrastructure, and technology. UNC Health will support modernization that improves the hospital environment, strengthens operations, and better connects Wayne County patients to the capabilities of the statewide system. And then this next bullet point, which I think is important in these types of transactions. As I stated at the beginning, you all traditionally, since you transferred the hospital over to Wayne Health Corporation, had appointment powers to the board. And a lot of times when these transactions take place, the community and the Board of Commissioners is concerned that they lose that voice. What has been worked out here is that you all, Wayne, the Board of Commissioners, will still have one appointment on that board to keep you abreast of the ongoings of the hospital over the course of the 15-year investment. And then also throughout the 15 years, the more than half of the hospital board will have to be residents of Wayne County. And then the ones who are not residents of Wayne County will be residents of the eastern region. So there will be a local voice here on that surviving board. Like I said before, a lot of times that's a concern when these transactions go through, that you have lost that voice. But UNC and Wayne Health Corporation has worked diligently to make sure that that did not happen. And then community benefit beyond hospital walls. UNC Health's effort will include support for community-focused health initiatives in Wayne County, reinforcing local health, access, and well-being for years to come. A new foundation will be created by the Board of Commissioners that will utilize this historic investment to support efforts to improve access to affordable health care to Wayne County citizens for generations. So following this transaction, you all will form a new foundation that UNC will make a contribution towards. And then that will be used to help afford access to affordable health care throughout the community. Those goals haven't been established. That would be something that we would need to collaborate on, the new foundation would, and the leadership. So that would be an ongoing process. But I state for just an example, we've always had a goal for a community paramedic program. If that's something that the new foundation wanted to undertake, that's certainly something that could be funded with that contribution. So accountability through planning and reporting. So the foundation in Wayne County will receive annual reports from UNC Health so that local leaders and the public can see how the commitments are being advanced over time and ensure that the integration proceeds are being used as intended. So you all will receive an annual report as well as the foundation that will sum up UNC's progress on their financial commitments to ensure that their commitment is being used as originally intended. And then the last bullet point, Wayne County will retain its original reversionary interest in the property. The property must continue to be operated as a community hospital. So this is important, I think, for you all because when you transferred it back in the 80s, you always intended that this would be used as a hospital. So there is language that you all will approve in a restricted covenant that will require this to be used as a community hospital. And in the event that it's not, if UNC stops for some reason, which I think we all admit would be highly unlikely, but you still have that protection. So any questions right now about the integration terms?
No.
Okay. So like I said, your role of the Board of Commissioners is a concurrence in this. So your approval is needed to push this forward. So the Wayne Health Corporation Board of Directors is requesting that Wayne County take the following actions so that UNC Health Wayne's integration into the UNC Health system can move forward. So the first is approve an agreement conferring third-party beneficiary benefits to Wayne County. That ensures that you all have those annual reports that have been discussed. Terminate the 1985 transfer agreement between Wayne County and Wayne Health Corporation. Again, the reason for that is the indigent care provision as well as some other ones, but they no longer apply once the hospital is integrated into the UNC system. Execute a restricted covenant agreement to modify the terms of the 1985 deed from Wayne County to Wayne Health Corporation. So you will still have those protections of a reversionary interest in the property, but a new agreement is needed because the original deed, one, referenced that transfer agreement, but two, specifically talks about indigent care, which will no longer be applicable to this transaction. And then also approve changes to the Wayne Health Corporation articles and bylaws. And the reason for that is, as I previously discussed, the change in the appointment in the surviving board. So those are the 4 items that's needed for you all to concur so that they can move forward with this. I am by no means an expert in this subject matter. I do believe Dr. Tucker can probably speak to what the benefits to the citizens of Wayne County, but that's the background of the transaction for you all, what your role is. So I'll stop there if you have any questions.
I do have one item that I would like you to expand upon because I have gotten, and I'm sure other commissioners have gotten, a number of calls related to this transaction. And I'd appreciate you explaining that we are under a non-disclosure agreement.
Yes, sir. So we are under a non-disclosure agreement, and that's common for these types of transactions. So Wayne County was brought in under that agreement. Wayne Health Corporation and also UNC Health are under that same non-disclosure. And the reason for that is as negotiations progress, it's important that, those trade secrets and things of that nature that come up during these negotiations remain confidential. So my understanding is following your approval today, they will move forward with the formal approvals on that end to close out the integration process.
And I think a question that maybe has arisen, and that is, assuming this approval is today and the hospital board makes their approval, I think they're meeting on Thursday, when would the agreement actually be executed?
I cannot speak to the specific timeline. I know ideally it would occur by the end of the month, no later than July 1st. That's the goal for closings by the end of the month.
Okay.
So all of this would, the termination of the transfer agreement would be effective July 1st as well.
Sure.
As of July 1st.
Okay, does anyone have any other comments or questions with Andrew? Anything further? Do I? Yeah.
No, that's all I have.
That's all you have? Dr. Tucker, we're gonna ask you to impromptu come up and make some comments. We're glad you're here today. And I see you, we've got, the board attorneys here as well, Mr. Wilson. And Will Collins is here as well with UNC Health. But
Absolutely.
go ahead.
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I want to thank you for this opportunity to talk to you today. And of course, as you said, I'm joined by Will Collins and Bob Wilson. He's got some documents here as well, assuming that the vote goes forward. But I do want to thank you for your support of this decision. This is one of the most significant investments in our community in decades. And it's not just about the hospital. It's about the entire eastern region of North Carolina. We have an opportunity to continue to grow the community, not just in healthcare, but childcare, education. All of those agreements that we have in place now will continue to grow, and we have other opportunities with UNC that we can continue to expand. I live 5 minutes from the hospital, as you all know. My decisions in the hospital all revolve around what I would want for my wife, my son, my daughter, my father, my mother, and all of your family members. And it's just that simple. And ultimately, this will mean fewer helicopters will be taking patients from the hospital, will be bringing more patients to the hospital. Now, of course, we will not be a level 1 trauma center, but as a level 3 trauma center, we'll have advanced orthopedic surgery and general surgery that will require that allow patients to stay in our hospital as opposed to being transferred. We'll still have those transfer opportunities and still have the opportunity to work directly with UNC and other hospitals in the region. It'll also give us the opportunity to advance the training and education of our local teammates and continue partnerships that we have with the current colleges that we have here locally, like Wayne Community College. That's not going to go away. We still have our agreement with Wayne Public Schools, where we have students in the high schools that become certified nursing assistants and then go on to become nurses, and some of them go on to become nurse practitioners. One of them actually became a physician. So we've had one that's gone through the entire steps of that process. But again, Will kind of represents one of the newest members of our team, and Mr. Wilson has trained quite a number of CEOs prior to my arrival 5 years ago. But this is the culmination, again, of decades of work, a foundation that was created years and years ago in an almhouse 135 years ago, roughly. And again, now we're moving into the age of technology, of robotics and AI and all of those different opportunities that UNC has available that they can bring to our hospital locally, where our citizens and our family members will not have to drive all the way to Raleigh or to Greenville or to other places. And so with that, I'll ask if there are any questions that we can answer about this great opportunity and see if there are any concerns that you may have.
Any comments or questions? I would like you to expand a little bit, because as I looked at this transaction, I look at it from the standpoint of staffing, of the opening up, the availability of physicians, surgeons, of specialty care here in Wayne County. So maybe you could expand a little bit on that and how this agreement really brings that here to Wayne County.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Well, we have a great relationship with UNC and, of course, North Carolina Heart and Vascular. That's one example for cardiovascular care. But currently, we have interventional cardiology, PCIs, maybe 4 days a week. This will give us the opportunity to have it 365 days a year. This will also give us the opportunity to make sure that patients that need advanced care in any type of specialty will have those experts from UNC locally, as opposed to having telemedicine. We have quite a number of telemedicine services which are optimal if you don't have a physician on the ground. For example, psychiatry. We also have EICU. We're going to have intensivists in our ICU that will be there all the time, as opposed to having EICU at night. And we may have APPs as well, advanced practitioners. Those are nurse practitioners and PAs. But it gives us an opportunity to look at all of those individual specialties. GI is another one that we've had some significant challenges with recruitment. Many of the young physicians do not want to live in small areas. It has nothing to do with Wayne County, if you will. They'd rather live in the city and in a small apartment with their friends and be able to do things in the city. But we're going to bring a lot of that here and be able to attract those folks. And UNC may bring training programs that will allow us to train students here, medical students, and have them to stay where they've trained. And so that's another opportunity that we have. So
Well,
those are
that's a
just few
big
concerns.
opportunity.
Yes, sir.
Where UNC, where they are actually graduating physicians.
Absolutely.
Those could actually come here to Wayne County and serve as residents. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is correct. Now we're not going to be an official ACGME site. That is in discussion. That could potentially happen.
Okay, I may be getting ahead of
College
myself.
Graduate Medical Education, but we've also had discussions with the dean of the nursing school at UNC of having a site there at the hospital to where nurses could actually get their their associate degree at Wayne Community College, and then have their classes right there in the hospital and get their baccalaureate and do their clinical rotations all in one building. So that's something that could potentially be discussed as well into the future.
Oh, great.
So,
Great news.
yes, sir.
Any other comments?
I'd like to say something, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Dr. Tucker.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Wilson, and Will. I've been on the board, with the hospital for about a year now, and during the time of the negotiations with UNC. I must say the current hospital board has worked very diligently to make this happen, to put a program together for our citizens for the best care. Being an Eastern Region hospital will offer exceptional care for our Wayne County and surrounding areas. So this is the most significant decision made for our community or in the future, getting this done. And I want to thank you and the hospital board and all that work there to get this done. And I've been honored to be a part of it.
Yes, ma'am.
And I feel very good about the decision that I made on the board, to move this forward. So thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions or comments?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion that the board approve the agreement conferring third-party beneficiary rights to Wayne County, terminate the 1985 transfer agreement between Wayne County and Wayne Health Corporation as of July 1st, 2026. Authorize the execution and recording of the restrictive covenant agreement as presented by the county attorney, and approve the amended articles of incorporation and bylaws of Wayne Health Corporation consistent with the investment and integration agreement. That's in the form of a motion, sir.
We have a motion on the floor and discussion is now open. Any discussion on the motion?
Yes, sir, I'd like to make a comment, Mr. Chair.
Please.
If I can. Thank you. When I started in education as an administrator, I hoped and prayed that I would be the best that I could be for every child that sat in front of me. But I realized when my son was born, my mindset started changing, because I started thinking as an administrator, if my son was in front of me, who would I want across the table from him? Well, now I'm at that point in life, my connection, that my family, including myself, are using more services when it comes to healthcare. So I think I have become a better healthcare patient and understand things better. And as a county commissioner, I've always hoped and prayed that I'm here to help others, not ourselves. So as I look at this from a citizen's perspective and from a family's perspective, I'm very thankful for all of you and your staff, Dr. Tucker and Bob and the commissioners and all of those in UNC who have worked really hard. There's been a lot of effort and work and care to go into this. I really believe, and including Commissioner Gurley, I want to speak up for him. I know he's recused himself, but he has been an advocate for our citizens too, to get the best health care we can for our families, for our county, and looking at the region too, that approach. So I do believe this is the best thing for us to do moving forward, that this will provide good quality health care for our citizens, great health care. It'll provide for growth in our county and the region. And I'm blessed, I think, to have an opportunity to be here with you Ms. Barbara, Dr. DeMarco as well on the Wayne Health Board to be able to make this decision to move our county forward, and just a huge investment and a huge step for healthcare in Wayne County and this region. So I just want to say thank you for all those people that have worked so hard that their name will never be mentioned, that have tried to do what's right and best for the citizens in our county. So I thank you for that. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, just one quick thing too.
Sure.
Well, I've been in private practice here since 1994. So I've had a front row seat at watching the evolution of Wayne Memorial Hospital from a small county country hospital now to the regional hub of a much larger UNC system. And I just appreciate everybody's trust in me and helping to get this agreement together. It was a heavy lift, there's no doubt about it, but the benefits to the Wayne County residents are going to be immense, in my opinion. And I just want to thank everybody in the room for coming together and getting this put together.
Yes, sir.
If I may, before we take action on this agreement, I'd like to take a moment and recognize and thank everyone who played a tremendous role in bringing us to this point. I want to commend the members of the hospital board, my fellow commissioners, the leadership team of Wayne Memorial Hospital, UNC Health, and Representative John Bell for their dedication, their hard work, and their commitment throughout this process. It was a heavy lift, but we got through this heavy lift. This agreement represents more than just a business transaction. It is an investment in the future health and well-being of our community. Their collective efforts have helped create a path to strengthen healthcare services for our families, our children, and future generations of Wayne County residents for decades to come. On behalf of the citizens of Wayne County, thank you for your leadership, your cooperation, and your vision.
Yes, sir.
So at this time, we're going to vote. If you will, please vote, and we will see the results here shortly. Look, a unanimous vote. So we're moving on to the next step.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank
I'll turn it
you.
over to these two gentlemen here who I think have some additional paperwork. No? Okay. Okay.
No further comments?
Yes, sir.
Bob's got a big smile on his face. He says, look, this was a hard lift, but we got through it.
Mr. Chairman, I will say, I've had the privilege of representing this hospital for 42 years.
42 years.
And this is a full circle moment for me. I will still, I believe, be involved with the hospital post-closing, but coming to Wayne County has been a real privilege.
Well, we appreciate your efforts on behalf of all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, since we've already voted, may I?
But
say a few
I'm
words?
sorry.
You're
We would
fine.
have you make comments
that's
earlier.
fine.
Go ahead.
That's fine. I'd rather do it after the fact.
Okay.
I think the decision that our community, that commissioners have made for our community is pivotal to the success of our healthcare in Wayne County. I don't know that people realize, but and it's always been this way. Wayne ED is probably one of the busiest EDs there is in the system around our area. And going to just to a trauma 3, I don't think people realize just how much benefit that is for our area. Not just Wayne County, but as we keep saying, the hub, our surrounding counties and areas, that they can come here and they don't have to be flown out or put on, an ambulance that drove to another facility. Minutes save lives. We've always heard that. I've been in emergency service for 40-some years. And, as commissioners, it's our responsibility to do our part to put the people in the right positions, the facility, or the piece there. Our relationship with the hospital has been strong for years, and I appreciate everything that y'all done, Mr. Bob, and Will's, he's been around a while, and you got a good asset there in that sector. But Mr. Bob, we've known each other for a long time, and I appreciate what you've done for Wayne County. yeah, from start to finish, you know, so thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to Thursday's vote on the hospital board. All right, our next item is county manager's report.
Yes, sir. Of course, the first thing I'd like to do is, of course, congratulate the board on making difficult decisions regarding healthcare here and beyond our boundary, just our county boundaries. You think regionally and the impact it has on the number of people. That's really a quality of life issue, and not only for us, but for our region. I'd also like to extend thank yous to Andrew for the extensive work that he's done on this project. It's the quality work, and I think he needs to be recognized for it. Also, moving on, I'd like to thank our state legislative members that met with us last week at the NCACC County Day, that we took our trip to Raleigh and met with them, and I appreciate their time and their efforts to meet with us. And once again, congratulations to the Rosewood baseball team on their state 2A baseball championship. It was something to witness and a great story, and congratulations to those young men. Thank you. That's all, sir.
All right, Commissioner Williams.
Yes, I want to remind everyone that there will be a downtown event Juneteenth, the annual Juneteenth Unity and Heritage Festival. So make sure you come out and enjoy the festivities. And I also had an opportunity to go to see Representative John Bell and some of our other senators and advocate for some things that we need here in this community. So we want to keep, just pushing the needle in regards to things that we need in this community. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Commissioner DeMarco.
You know, Chip hit on something that is important. I want to thank Andrew Neal for all the work he put into this agreement with Wayne Memorial Hospital. It was, like I said earlier, a heavy lift, and I think that you did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
You are a gentleman and a scholar.
And we're going to give you a hand for that.
Well, the running joke with Mr. Parker was that he would stick around long enough that if this were to come to fruition, that he would still be here, and he broke that promise.
He broke that promise.
That's okay.
Just threw you right over the bus.
That's fine.
Commissioner Aycock.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to congratulate the town of Pikeville. I attended a meeting there with the citizens and the mayor and everything. They're looking at getting a Main Street grant, and they're also getting their town, brought up to code, on different things, and making it look better and everything. And I got a chance to listen to what they would like to see their town look like again. I remember what it looked like 50 years ago, but I want to congratulate them for trying to move forward to get this done and everything. I see a lot of action going on in Pikeville, and it's a positive action, and I want to thank the mayor and her staff as well. And again, I want to thank the hospital board and the commissioners for this wonderful opportunity that we have got before us. And like Dr. DeMarco said, it has been some trying moments to get moved forward to where we're at. And Andrew, thank you too, because it involved a lot of paperwork and decisions and the right decisions, and it also helped us make the right decision as well with your interpretations of where we needed to go, and I thank you for that. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Commissioner Harrell.
No comment.
No comment. Commissioner Gray.
Mr. Chairman, I appreciate it. I want to just kind of piggyback on a little bit more on the, it's not just a future economic investment that the UNC system is going to put in our area. It's the best piece of this is the future investment in healthcare for our citizens. That is our main purpose. Sitting up here as leaders is we try to make the best decision to put the pieces together to give our citizens and surrounding county citizens the better care, so they don't have to, and their families don't have to drive so far in case of an emergency. Andrew, he does not have, he must, what do you call that stuff you put in your hair? I don't use it because mine's gray, but Andrew don't have a gray hair, but I can promise you he's about pulled his hair out 2 or 3 times on this little deal. But Andrew, I do thank you for what you've done. I've been very, very instrumental in making this happen. Also, the Rosewood baseball team, again, we want to congratulate them for a great season, a historic season. Very few times do you see a state championship in your tenure of while you're in school. So that's a feat that very few meet. And the last thing I want to do is I want to thank the leadership at Duke Energy, Lauren Wargo, and for their grant that they give emergency management for a light tower. It's $10,000 grant proceeds. I want to thank them for that. But I also want to thank Chris Brock. He's our head man here in the county. Chris is from Wayne County. He's progressed through the system between Carolina Power to Duke Energy, or Duke right on to today's company name. And their commitment to providing and investing in major infrastructure to the facilities that need interrupted services in our county, and I'll kind of leave it at that. But their commitment and his dedication to our county is unprecedented. So I just want to recognize him, and it's not just him because he has a team that he works with every day, but they got a strong leader and somebody from Wayne County that loves Wayne County and makes sure that they're on top. So, thank you, sir. I appreciate the time.
Just very briefly, guys, this is a historic day for Wayne County for health. And I appreciate all of your help and tough negotiations that took place to bring this about. Andrew, one thing I love to do is eat, and I really enjoy a good omelet. So my statement to you is this: you cannot make a great omelet without cracking a few eggs. We cracked a few eggs, but we got through it, and it was a tough thing, but we appreciate your help in getting us there.
Yes.
With that in mind, we need to go into closed session, so do I have a motion we go into closed session?
So moved.
And that would be to consult with your attorney, to retain attorney-client privilege.
All right, with that in mind, if you're in favor of that, you'll raise your right
I'll
hand.
raise my right hand because mine's already,
All right,
sorry, Mr. Kayla.
all right. back from closed session.
Mr. Chair,
Yes?
I'd like to make a motion that we remove the fence at the Jeffries Building and we repurpose it for further use at another location.
All right, we've got a
I'd
motion.
also add, if that's your motion, to withdraw the application or the certificate of appropriateness application with the city of Goldsboro.
Yes, I'd like also in the motion that we remove our certificate of appropriateness with the city of Goldsboro for approval.
All right, with that in mind, motion's on the floor. Any discussions?
Yes, sir, I got something to say.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, that fence was designed and installed for the purpose of the safety of our employees at the Jeffries Building, based on some promises made in prior elections to rid our, to remove people from a certain area, and there was not a plan put in place for them to go somewhere else, and they have ended up in our building. That is the reason that we've had to put controlled access inside the Jeffries Building. There, and also our employees have been, not gonna say attacked, but confronted in more than one situation. The other reason is that our employees are over there removing, and I'm gonna be graphic, removing condoms, dirty needles, diapers, beer bottles, liquor bottles in the parking lot on any given day. And to follow the year, they're having to escort, make sure our women that work in that building, make sure their safety is of the utmost importance, and they're having to help them get to their cars because we got vagrants that are coming out to do, stand in between the door and them from shutting it. And our police department is three blocks from there, and I have not, personally have not seen a Goldsboro City police officer in that parking lot. And I could say more, but it's become a political issue more than a safety issue. So that's all I got to say, Mr. Chairman.
All right, we're gonna do a hand vote on this. All those in favor of the motion signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed? And the vote was? All right, is there any further business to come before the board?
No, sir.
All right, we adjourn.
All right.